Good morning, viewers at home. Welcome to the program SuperDawn. I am Vera Osopo. Sorry for starting this program late. But I have my co-presenter here. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Vera. I am Anthony Osaibovu, and it's a very beautiful morning. On Thursday, just a few hours to the weekend. I guess everyone is happy. Today, as usual, we'll make it a very interactive and, of course, informative show.
Yes, and today is the World International Women's Day. Well, I will talk a bit about that before we go into the program. A bit about that because I'm a woman, and it's expedient that I tell you why we need to be celebrated. The theme for this year is Press for Progress, the World International Women's Day. Well, it all started, the first celebration started in 1911, and after that day, women continued to celebrate themselves, and also the men are celebrating the women. We're very important people. Anthony, you know that we're important.
That is a fact. You are important.
I'm very hardworking people.
Hardworking, and taking you, for instance, you know, as a case study, if I was going to study you, I'd bring like, I'll have to go through different perspectives, and because you will come out in an A with an A. So yes, the women.
Oh, I'm smiling this morning.
Big ups to the women.
Well, we're celebrating the culture, the social, the economic, the drive, the passion, achievement of women in the world. And so I want to wish all the women out there happy celebration. And the men, please, you can give a woman, your colleagues, your friend, your wife, your daughters, you can give them gifts. We're celebrating this special people in the world. Well, away from that, today we want to look at ethnicity and violence in the country, in Nigeria. Well, I don't know where we'll start from, but we must begin to understand what ethnicity is first. And how do you describe it? Is it by language? Is it by tribe? Is it by communication or whatsoever? We want to look at it first, and we'll begin to look at why do people fight? Why do ethnic groups emerge? Why are there conflicts amongst us? We're going to be doing that today on the program, and I bet it's going to be very interesting. And of course, what we do, we usually look through the papers, and so today we're going to just look briefly through the papers and open the phone lines and allow you call and make your contribution. We'll go right now to a short break, and when we come back, we're going to pick some stories in the papers. Please stay with us. Welcome back. It's the newspaper review, and this morning we want to take a look at the Nation's newspaper. This one says, truck drivers get 48 hours to vacate Lagos bridges. And the writer says they are easy target for tourist attack. Truck drivers got yesterday a 48 hours deadline to clear off Lagos bridges. The military and the state government issued the ultimatum during a stakeholders meeting at the Apapa headquarters of the Western Navy Command. At the meeting, where the flag officers commanding FOC, WNC, Rear Admiral Sylvester Agbo, Permanent Secretary PS, Lagos State Ministry of Transport, and Dr. Taiwo Saliu, Commander, 9th Brigade, Nigerian Army, they were all present there. They came to a conclusion that they have to vacate the Lagos bridges. Yes. The
Lagos bridges, because they perceive that these truck drivers are being used as terrorists to terrorize the city. Then you tend to look at it. If they decide not to take the bridges, Because we understand the bridges are there.
Not taken, they have to vacate. They are parked there. The trucks are parked there.
Are parked on
there.
the bridges.
You know that they are parked on the bridges.
That's true.
There, yeah, so.
We have some on the Jibo Suele routes. But that's the fact, though. They have to. As a matter of fact, I think it even destroys the bridge to an extent. So it's a very good development. They should just evacuate and stop the traffic. And it causes traffic, you know. So yes, it's a good one. And
they also said that it's not healthy for the bridge. If you load trailers there, it's not healthy. The bridge will someday collapse. And so we have to also look at the lives of people. We have to also look at what the effect will be. And so they're giving them 48 hours. I don't want to smile about that, but that's they should just obey. Excuse me.
Bless you.
We also have this in the papers. It says, IMF to Senate confirm CBN's MPC members. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has advised Nigerians to confirm the appointment of the Central Bank of Nigeria's Board of Directors and members of the Monetary Policy Committee, the MPC. This advice is contained in the IMF edition, as the article is within the single-digit target range. And so they've said, confirm that. We also have in the papers, Oka gets life sentence for the October 1 bombing. We have this in the Nation newspaper. It says, Ibadan killings probe on courts, says police. Well, we have this, Senator attack El Rufai, Ganduje, and Bello. You need to get hold of the Nation newspaper so you can read more stories there.
Okay, on this, we have the Daily Trust newspaper here, and it says, curfew as Mambila violence spreads. Curfew has been declared in parts of Taraba State where fresh violence broke out between Mambila militia and Fulani youth. The situation deteriorated barely 24 hours after President Muhammadu Buhari visited the state. The president had met political and traditional leaders on the need to end the cycle of violence and maintain the peace in the state.
Are we saying that we cannot end this crisis? Are they saying that they cannot end it? Even when the president visited, it skyrocketed again. I think something should be done about this.
Just a few hours after he left and the curfew started again. Okay, here we have police nab 63-year-old kidnapped kingpin with 35 stolen cars. Okay. Education curriculum can't address Nigeria's manpower need. Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganjude, has said his government is reviewing the current Nigerian education curriculum with a view to adjust it to cater for specific areas of manpower needs in the country. Come to think of it, we all throughout my high school, even at university, you keep asking yourself questions like, what I'm learning right now in school, because I studied something in school, I'm practicing another thing as a profession. And you tend to look at it like, what we learn in school, what we are being taught in high school, is it really going to equip us to have a good job out there? Is it going to equip us to be entrepreneurs? Even if we leave the country, is it really going to equip us? That's what Ganduje, the Kano State governor, is trying to review, and I think it's a good one because just before now, they've inculcated entrepreneurship as a subject in high school, and I think more needs to be done to the curriculum of Nigerian education.
You see where people get it wrong at times when people want to. Some people will insist that I must have a white-collar job. We get it wrong sometimes because I don't want to say I'm regretting, but I'm saying I never liked the idea of just doing this job alone. I wanted to do an additional stuff that's talking about vocational training. Because if you keep waiting for a white-collar job, if you keep waiting for where you could sit in an AC office, you might just wait forever. So I think in the curriculum, they should put vocational training where
True.
people learn sewing, people learn how to cut hair.
Skill acquisition.
Yes, I think it's
Skill
very
acquisition.
important.
Okay, here, Africa's population explosion, a time bomb, AFDP. It says the African Development Bank and its East and North African governors at a meeting have stressed the need for urgent measures to match the continent's growing population and youth unemployment, which they linked to a ticking time bomb. The meeting describes the continent's growing young population as a potential growth engine for the world. The good news is that the solution is within our reach and will require investments, said Akinwumi Adesina. Now, they are saying,
okay,
Africa's population is a time bomb. And we tend to look
and that's
at
what they said.
Yes.
That it's a time bomb, and I think it is. Procreation. I think we need to cut down. Like my colleague was telling me yesterday, her friend said, I want to have 6. She's going to have 6 kids. And she's got 3 already.
Wow.
And she's thinking of adding 3 in this period we're going through in Nigeria. Someone is sitting down and saying you want to have 6 children and your salary is 40,000 naira. Are they going to be eating? What are they going to be eating?
It used to be a thing of joy back in the day, but right now, looking at the economy, you know, I think it's only good, right, that we tend to look at ourselves and our economy and just feed yourself with what you can afford, sort of. Don't buy what you cannot chew. Okay, let's take one more story. Lawyers seek women's rights legislation. Reps probe Dana Airlines mishaps. The House of Representatives has resolved to probe the recent runaway overshoots and crash landing involving 2 Dana airplanes. The House also resolved to constitute an ad hoc panel which will invite officials of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, the Federal Airport Authority, and Nigerian Meteorology Agency over the incidents.
Okay, we also have this. We'll take some stories in the Vanguard this morning, and it says, electricity firm drags federal government to court over 1 trillion debt. And the writer says, accused federal government of unfair practices, refusal to pay for power generated. The power crisis in the country may worsen as the power generation companies in Nigeria, the GenCos, have dragged the federal government before a federal high court sitting in Abuja over alleged preferential treatment to 2 of its competitors with intent to sabotage them. Well, we also have this in the Vanguard. It says, PDP to Buhari, learn from Ghanaian president. PDP to Buhari, learn from Ghanaian president. We have this, Apapa will show the expressway. Navy gives truck drivers 48 hours to vacate road. And rider says, traffic chaos still, self-help repairs works. Well, we need to take also this story. Delta under headsman siege, Okowa. In Asaba, the governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, yesterday said the state was under a siege by headsmen. Governor who spoke at the Isoko local Ethop East local government area in continuation of the town hall meeting across the state, insisted that the state will not cede land to establishment of cattle colonies, asking the federal government to come out with a definite policy to end herdsmen attack. Yes, and the governor too is saying, hey, we're not going to cede land to these people. You look for better policies that will attack these people back.
Once and for all. Just, that's it.
You can be violent, and that's why we keep talking on this program. We need to coexist. We need to live together. We don't have to kill one another. Maybe
is it
I
really,
don't know.
You think about it and you ask yourself, is it really worth it? The reasons why these killings are occurring, is it really worth it? The human lives compared to cows or crops, and you just tend to look at it and it's so overwhelming. I just think, and it's only reasonable that a policy rather should be passed to end this once and for all. That's
Please,
it.
let it just end.
Once and for all.
We have this International Women's Day, industrial urges, federal government to set up rescue of Dapchi girls. And the writer says, women's group demand passage of gender equality bill. Well, that's where we'll end this segment, the newspaper review this morning. We'll go on a break right now. When we come back, we want to look at ethnicism and violence in Nigeria. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigerian government are keeping quiet. Herdsmen are killing people. Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family. You are affecting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it. The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Bad breath, also known as halitosis or fetoris, affects an estimated 25% of people globally. There are a number of potential causes of halitosis, but the vast majority come down to oral hygiene. Halitosis can cause significant worry, embarrassment, and anxiety, but generally it is relatively easy to remedy. The most common cause of halitosis is bad oral hygiene. If particles of food are left in the mouth, they break down by bacteria produces sulfur compounds, and there are a number of common causes of bad breath, which include smoking, tooth decay, and alcohol consumption. Bad breath in children is often due to a trapped item in the nasal cavity. Bad breath is a common problem that can cause significant psychological distress. There are a number of potential causes and treatments of halitosis, which is the third most common reason that people seek dental care after tooth decay and gum disease. The specific odor of breath varies depending on the cause of the problem. It is best to ask a close friend or relative to gauge your mouth odor, as it is very difficult to access it yourself. If no one is at hand, one way of checking the odor is to lick your wrist, leave it to dry, and then smell it. If it smells bad, there is a strong chance your breath also smells bad. Some individuals are concerned about their breath even though they may have little or no mouth odor. This condition is called halitophobia and can lead to obsessive mouth cleansing behavior. Major potential causes of bad breath include tobacco products causing their own types of mouth odor, breakdown of food particles stuck in the teeth. Some foods such as onions and garlic can also cause bad breath after they are digested. Their breakdown products are carried in the blood to the lungs where they can affect the breath. Dry mouth is another cause, as saliva naturally cleans the mouth. If the mouth is naturally dry, but due to a specific disease such as xerostomia, odors can build up. Dental hygiene, which requires brushing and flossing, ensure the removal of small particles of food that can build up and slowly break down, producing odor. A form of bacteria called plaque builds up if brushing is not regular. This plaque can irritate the gums and cause pockets of build up between the teeth and gums called periodontitis. Crash diets, which is fasting and low carbohydrate eating programs, can produce halitosis. This is due to the breakdown of fats producing chemicals called ketones. These ketones have a strong aroma. Certain drug medications can also reduce saliva and therefore increase mouth odor. Other drugs can produce odors as they break down and release chemicals in the breath, such as nitrates used to treat angina, some chemotherapy chemicals, and some tranquilizers, such as phenothiazines. Individuals who take vitamin supplements in large doses can also be prone to bad breath. Mouth, nose, and throat condition effects sometimes produce small bacteria covered stones that form.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us. SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. Well, this morning we want to look at ethnicity and violence in Nigeria. If you ask me what is ethnicity, I might have a different definition for it. And I want to ask, is it tribe? Is it the language we speak? What is really ethnicity? What is really ethnic? The Yoruba man will tell you. I wanted to ask the Yoruba man, what is ethnic to you? Is it the speaking of the language? Now they generated from the general Yoruba. You have the Ijebu speaking Yoruba. The Ekiti own has its own dialect. This all happened after the war, you know, when people begin to, I can say, watered down languages in the sense of trying to make their own special. And I think that was where all of these things started from. And if you ask the Igbo man, they will tell you after the war that the Delta State Igbo speaking part are different. But those days you hear when you read history that people move from Asaba to Onitsha. They are the same people, the same language. But right now, it's a bit, will I say, the dialect is a bit watered down, and so people begin to put class to their dialect and begin to have this ownership of their own kind of violence. So we want to look at ethnicity this morning, and we have some guests in the studios this morning. First, we have the National President, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum in the house this morning, Yerima Shetima. Good morning to you.
Good morning, yes.
We also have the Eze John Nwosu. He's the General Secretary Council of Eze Indigbo, Lagos State, the Eze Indigbo of Mushin. Good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you?
Beautiful. When we say ethnic, what do you understand by that?
Well, to me, if you talk about an ethnic, to me, the best I can
describe
or define it, I will easily say it's an identity of people from different places. Whoever comes from a particular community must have an ethnic distinct to him. He must have been attached to a particular ethnic, and that becomes his identity. That's my understanding of ethnic.
Okay.
Whether it's being used positive or negative is another thing.
Okay, but let me ask same question to Eze Nwosu.
On my own perspective, I can attach it to culture, people's way of living life.
Okay, people's way of living.
Yeah.
So why do we fight if it is people's way of living? Has it got to do with politics? So why do we fight? Let me ask the president of Arewa Consultative Forum.
It's a long time.
You
see, politically, I think politics play a major role in all of these recent happenings. One would have expected in our differences, that would have been our strength. But the case of Africa, or to be precise, Nigeria, becomes one of the major problems. Probably, to me, I will attach it to politics, because during the military era, it wasn't as bad as it is today. To an extent, people becomes more myopic, people becomes more self-centered. You could see the attitude of people in their various community, and you have this scene again lately. I begin to observe in political ways of people. You just see some people keep saying their own is their own, whatever monkey do, mama still like them, and those attitudes begin to come into play in politics. Now you begin to realize that clearly we are too far from reality, and with such attitude, we will still be far from it. We will still be far from getting things right or things done properly, and that will be very difficult again for us to remain peacefully, for us to build a nation, even though we are not yet a nation, but it will be difficult with these attitudes of our political leaders and also the followers.
Okay, Eze, Dr. John, looking at this with what Yerima said right now, looking at the way we have about 300 ethnic groups in this country. And some people have said because of this, it will cause competition. Is it about competition or rivalry? What is it all about?
Actually, the issue of ethnicity started after the war. Our forefathers, as our leaders, they misinformed the youths during the war. They incited the youths against each other, and the youth grew with it. Because I could remember, it is not like this before. When we are running a regional government, we have the eastern region, where we have the province. That very time, we were living peacefully, not until the military came and muddled up the whole system. And the politicians catch in that very problem. There is no truth in them. They keep misinforming us. And the misinformation they got from the leaders have been issue, have been living in them. If Hausa man sees an Igbo man, he will see him as an enemy. If Igbo man sees the Yoruba man, he sees him as an enemy. And there had not been any system that corrected it to tell the youth that no, those people uses those misinformation for their selfish reasons. That they have been living in the youth, and we are bearing children with it. And any child being born today has that very stigma that look, the Northerners are his enemy, the West are his enemy. So that's the problem. The politicians who supposed to, our leaders who supposed to at least correct that very mistake, they are enjoying it.
Okay, because I want to look at it. Generally, it's been, I believe that ethnic conflict, it's an obstacle to development in a country like this. And it's not just Nigeria. In Africa, we have this belief that this man is from my place, I must appoint the man. But before we continue, I need to open the phone lines. You can call us and also make your contribution right now. So in Africa, it's believed that this is my person and that is my person. Now believe. I know that it wasn't like that before. I schooled in another part and also in the eastern part. Then I'm a Lagosian. I'm born here and I'm from Delta State. And so I have mixed round and say that during my time, you know, while growing up in secondary school, I first started in Bida, that's the Nupe, then moved to Mina, that's the Gwari people, then Jos, then back to the east, then Lagos again. We've been moving like that. So one will begin to wonder, at what point did we got this wrong? At what point? Yes?
Politics.
Okay.
That's the list on politics. It's really serious matter where today a lot of things are happening in our political life, where you see a lot of things very, very wrong, and people believe that simply because somebody comes from your particular region, you will not criticize him objectively, and you believe whatever you've done is right, is your brother, and whatever you do, you can just beat and get away. We will never get it right. In a society where people are being considered, some people are being considered as superior to others, where this spirit of equity and fair to all is no longer being practiced practically, then you definitely, you know, there's always going to be an uprising.
Okay, why must someone feel that you're more superior? Why should you have that kind of feeling?
It's very abnormal. That's what I'm saying, it's very abnormal. Why should somebody in a country where we all belong, somebody will say, man, I'm more superior than the other. Now you make a citizen of the country become a second-class citizen. Certainly you're not bargaining for.
Okay, why must someone think I'm a second-class citizen? And that's how I want us to look at it, because it could be, yeah, because it could be where this is generating from. Yes. Why should I feel I'm not comfortable in a particular place? Why should I feel they are looking at me somehow? What do you think is the reason people feel low esteemed? Why do they have this? Why do people have this kind of?
No, I think Yerima has said it all. With the treatment, when you start marginalizing people, just like this present government, if you look at the appointments, it's not supposed to be all the service chiefs from one region. That's not getting me. At least that's clearly that the system is not correct. It's not okay.
Okay, but because if you take me to say, just like this administration, we all know that when this started, the president said, I am for no one.
Yes.
And he said he was going to stop corruption. He was going to eliminate that virus called corruption. Have you not been saying that?
I think, if I may say, there's a demon living in that Asorok. You might have good intention, but as soon as you enter that very place, the demon will possess you, and you will change from the original.
What kind of demons?
That's it now, because the president, we all knows. We know his pedigree, we know his integrity, and that's the reason why all of us ran around and voted him into power. And today, the reverse is the case.
What are you saying that you think is not what you voted him for?
Now, you have said it while you are asking your question. We expected a lot of things.
Like what? We need to, when we're stating it, we need to state it well.
The change, he said, is not for anybody. But today, we are seeing it that it's for a particular people.
Okay, you will continue. There's a caller here. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Yes, I want to contribute to the program.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've spent more than 20 years in Lagos, and they keep saying this Omoibo, just because I'm not from the southwest. So this is one of the things that is affecting us. We are not seeing ourselves as if we are one, and I can have instances it has affected me. What I'm supposed to get, because I'm not from this part of the country. I'm being denied. Until we find a solution to this, we will continue like this. Even
okay, what do you think is the solution?
They know what is going on. They know that the North, they look at people from the North in a certain perspective. They look at people from the East from a certain perspective. And if nothing is done, if nothing is not done about it, we will continue like this for a very long time. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for calling, but I wanted to find out from you, what do you think will be the solution? I needed us to look at the solution of all of this crisis. Yes, you started by telling us how this present administration is running, and people are not comfortable with that. That could be part of the causes.
Yes. Actually, we expected a lot of things from this very government. While they were coming in, they said change. And we expected a lot of change. But by the time they came in, it is still the same old order. The same mistake other administration did. They just do it.
So should it be about where I'm from, or get credible people in position? Should it be where you're from? Should we begin to look at it that where
yes,
you're
it
from?
affects where you are from. You might have somebody that you know is capable of doing this. But because it's not from your region, you will appoint somebody at that very position, and it brings him in as either an advisor or an assistant. There's no way somebody that is advising Oga that will force him to take his advice. Until we learn how to put the right person at the right position.
Good. You heard what Izzy said concerning this matter. What's your take? Do you think that's part of what is causing all these conflicts?
We need competent people. Well, you have a system in place that do not allow for the competent people to come on board, because you have a system that encourages people to do what they're doing and get away with it. You have a system where the center is so strong that you cannot bring people or merits to come on board to serve the collective interest of the people. So it's oftentimes it has always been the same arrangement and whatever. The problem in our government did not start from Buhari. It's from a long way. So ordinarily we have expected that no matter how good the intent Buhari is, he couldn't have in any way excel with this system. And that's why some of us are of the opinion that we must see or find a way to see how we can decentralize the center. That's the central government, the federal government, decentralize, make it more or less attractive, so that people will go back to their various regions under a new arrangement, not on this federal system, maybe through federalism, like some of us are into advocacy for total restructuring. So we're looking at that. Probably if that is done, we go back to our 60s arrangements, early 60s, you know, we
zones. Are you looking at regional system of government?
So
yes.
Probably on that basis now we'll begin to get the best brain coming out from other regions, and definitely people will be able to assess you, will begin to know your antecedents. At some point it will be easy to find the good ones among the bad ones.
Okay, I will come back to that, but let's get this caller. Hello, good morning to you.
I want to contribute to what we discussed this morning.
Yes.
Talking about the ethnicity in this country. The problem of the country is in our leaders and all those politicians. Imagine after 2016 elections, the leader that won elections, the first thing he will do as a good leader is to unite the country. Because where there is unity...
I think you need to...
For the leader to go out and make statements of 97% and 5%.
Okay.
It will work to speech. And the statement that has decided this country more and more. Until that leader comes out and apologizes for making such things to make speech to some people, we are delivered to unity because we are shown a truth in the mind of people. We need to be number one cause of the problem of this country today. It is insane. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Okay, thank you so much. You heard what he said. It's all boiling down to politics. But I want to ask you, right now there are conflicts everywhere, especially in the northern part of the country, where it's generating, it's going away from this, entering different communities. And that's the Fulani headsman. We want to look at it without being biased this morning. Look at it critically. How did we, I want to ask from you, where do you think we got it wrong that this has spread this far? Yes.
You see, I have a problem when this whole issue is being aligned or attached to a particular tribe.
No, we're going to come back to the IPOB. They have their issues.
No,
but
okay. Talking about that.
Okay.
My problem is this issue of herdsmen attack.
Yes.
Fulani, this issue.
They still killed again.
This Fulani issue is my problem. I'm not talking about the bandit and the crimes being committed. We will never get it right if we continue to align this whole issue. This issue of herdsmen, anybody who has anything to do with this cow there and whatever, is already a herdsman. And this business is not only
for those people. I'll come back to there's a caller here. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, everybody in this.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Oh my God. Good morning. I'm screaming. Good morning. Go ahead. Okay. Yes.
So, a criminal is a criminal. Be it Fulani, be it Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or whatever. Let us look at this issue as a crime against
humanity. Yes.
So if we begin to look at it in that angle, perhaps all of us will have reason cause for us to work together as a team. But by the time you begin to now isolate a particular tribe of people and you align this issue of killings,
okay, maybe because
this is my problem.
No.
Issue. To me,
yes,
a crime is being committed. This same crime is being committed
from a particular place.
Not
because we have to.
Place. Now,
I know we're coming there. We're coming there. No, we're coming there. Yes.
It's boiling.
Yes.
Taraba.
Boiling. Seriously.
Benue is boiling.
Even Delta State now.
Delta is boiling.
Yes.
So do we now narrow the whole thing to this issue of ethnicity and link it to just Fulani herdsmen? When this whole business is a business that anyone goes into, like the business of spare part. Igbo invented it, but all of us are into it. Do we now say if a crime is being committed within that circles now?
Maybe I will come back to you. I will ask Izzy. But before then, maybe if the spare part dealers commit a crime, maybe we'll say.
We'll just say an Igbo.
No, we won't say an Igbo. Igbo. No, definitely Igbos, because we know that they are attached to the spare part dealer. Yes, but let's get this caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I think I want to contribute to your program this morning. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
One of the problems of Nigeria is not even option but ethnicity. Whereby Yoruba will see sex differ from the Igbo, and Igbo will see sex more superior to Yoruba. I think one of the solutions to this problem is total restructuring. I think if there is total restructuring, there will be reduction of this ethnicity order in this nation. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Total restructuring. Yes, you heard what he said, that we keep generating or group of persons instead of align them with issues instead of facing the crime. We also have the IPOB. Remember when they started, and until we got the Python dance to stop them from this. What's your take with what he has said and with the IPOB as well?
Actually, all these things is still coming from our leaders. Because just as Riley said, that crime is crime, no matter who committed it.
Yes.
Now, what are the work of security agencies? For them to move in, to arrest and prosecute. But a situation whereby some people felt untouched when they committed the crime. That is when people started talking. What if proper thing is being done? That when crime is being committed, and if the perpetrators are being arrested, they have to be prosecuted. If they are found wanting, they go to jail. Herdsmen or IPOB or whoever, I don't think we're supposed to be saying one particular people are this or one particular thing like that. Just as Riley said that this issue of cows, and a lot of people are involved.
It's a
not
business.
Only it's a business. I try to get him, it's a business. But a situation whereby the issue of arms carrying, right now the IG of police, they are mopping up arms from even the local vigilantes, which is not proper. Because they know the criminals that are using it wrongly.
Why do you say it's not proper when we have incessant killing in the country?
No, the vigilante people, they have been registered. They have been assigned to that very job of guiding a community. We have vigilantes in Igbos, we have it in Hausa, you have it everywhere. But these are the particular people that are carrying arms to rear their cows, which is not normal. Just before now, they are using stick. But today, they are carrying arms up to AK-47.
Okay, some of them have said that people, cattle rustlers come, they destroy, they kill their cows, and so they are doing that for a prevention's sake.
How many times are we hearing such story? Even if it happens, it's just very little. That does not permit them to carry arms and start destroying villages. And the security agencies, they know these people and knows where they are. Let them mop up all those arms they are carrying, leaving the vigilantes alone.
Okay, Yerima, let's look at this. How can we, because we know that there's already a crisis. Incessant killing everywhere. Every day you wake up in the dailies. I read today again, even when the president visited Taraba, shortly after he visited, they attacked again. Everyday killings and this disunity amongst us. How do we begin? Where do we start from? What do you think we should start from?
There are basics. We must deal with politics at the expense of people's life. There is a need to totally overhaul the security of this country. There is a need for the government to be very determined beyond just politics, because you can only govern people. But at the time when the people are no longer there are uprisings everywhere, there are crises, violence in all over the land. Of course, certainly you cannot even govern anything. You can do anything. So we need a peaceful atmosphere, conducive environment for things to work. So to an extent, to me, I feel the government must be upbeat. The government must be very determined to bring those who are found wanting, either the sponsors or those who have any link with social crimes, and look at it beyond just ethnicity and deal with anybody decisively. If we keep doing that, perhaps I'm sure with time.
We have to take it one step after the other. We'll go on a break right now. And when we come back, we will continue with the program. If you have a question or you want to prefer a solution, it is time. The phone lines are already open for you to call and make your contribution. Let's go on the break. We'll be right back.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use grass. If I call it use grass, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us. SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. We're still looking at ethnicity and also violence in Nigeria. We've been confronted with these challenges and we must begin to look at solutions. We have our guest in the studios. Before I went on that break, Yerima, we talked about the way we perceive each other and the political belief. Maybe some politicians have decided to make masquerading this idea of segregation amongst ourselves. But let's be honest with ourselves. If we know this are just politics, why do we play politics with our lives?
Well, this is purely a game of the political leaders. At the time when they realize they're actually fading out or something is actually going wrong, and their means of livelihood is gradually taking another different dimension. Oftentimes they find it so easy because they have followers. They begin to incite them and begin to tell them all sorts of things, rumor and lies, for them to come back and be relevant at the expense of people's life while the violence is on. Some of them make so much money. So it's left for the government of the day or any other government that will come to be to look at the issue thoroughly, critically. Now I give an example of why I still insist that there's a need for us to restructure this country, because at the time we restructure it, where regions have powers, at the end of the day you discover that some of these people who are not really, do not have much to do in politics will naturally be faded out. Some who are also not intellectually capable to handle any office will find it difficult.
Okay, but do you think this government is capable of handling what is happening right now? Do you think
the government is capable?
With what you perceive?
If they have the political will to do it, they will do it very well.
What about you? Do you think this administration is really ready, or are they encouraging what is happening? What are your thoughts?
No, you asked whether if they are ready.
Yes.
I cannot answer whether if they are ready. But I know if being
with what
capable,
you're perceiving, with what is happening.
If being capable, they are capable if they want to do it.
So, but you see
they have
that
every powers within their reach to do it. It's just for them to convince themselves that this issue of restructuring can solve our problem. And once we restructured, once we have a better environment, everybody will enjoy it.
So are you in support of the geopolitical zones? Should we split to zones?
No, I said it earlier that by the time we are on a regional arrangement, things are working very, very well. That very time we have provinces. We have Onitsha province, we have Bakali province and Daraba, and things are peaceful that time. It's until when the military came to power that they scattered the whole arrangement. And politicians quickly catch into it and started causing confusion.
When we keep saying politicians, I just wonder, are they spirits? Politicians are human beings that reside in Nigeria. Are they spirits when we say politicians? You and I, you can say you want to vie for a position and you will be taken. So when you say politicians, are we not supposed to be talking to Nigerians?
You see, while I keep saying politicians, as of today, they are the helm of the affairs. They are in control. They have everything within their reach. I try getting me. It is easy for them to either stop this menace or to allow it to continue. Just like Irima likely said, if any of them sees that is getting irrelevant in the system, he will gather the youths that are loyal to him and incited them using all manner of lies and propaganda, give them money, and you see them enter street and start causing problems. And by the time they got what they are looking for them to stop those youths, I think if we trace back this issue of Boko Haram, they started like that. The people that brought them in can no longer talk to them anymore. They cannot stop them. But then they have used them to achieve what their evil desire then. But today, it's causing problem in the society. It's all a man's sacrifice, determination. If the president determines to do it, I believe he has every power within his own reach, irrespective of who is involved.
Are you saying the president is not determined? Are you with what?
No, the way things are going, the way things are going now.
Determined?
No, the way things are going now, I believe maybe he's still taking his time. But for now, he's not determined yet. Because a lot of things are going wrong.
We need to know why you think, I need to know why you say it is not determined yet. What are the things you say?
Look at all the crimes, killings everywhere. We have security chiefs. And his chief's commander that's supposed to issue warning and carried it out. I've had sometime the president of Ghana, where he was talking to custom men concerning corruption and thereabouts. The way he handles that very issue. So the president has everything within his own reach to charge the security agencies up for them to rise up to their responsibility.
Yerima, do you think really the president is not addressing these issues well? Do you think the challenge is the way...
We are expecting more from him. It's not an issue of propaganda. It's not an issue of talking, but we expect more proactive measures to be taken than just being a reactionary. The fact of the matter is that this same government still is not doing enough in terms of security. Don't forget that this issue of change came up with 3 major issues as front runner in their campaigns: issue of security, issue of fighting against corruption, and also issue of reawakening of our economic and whatever that have collapsed over time. Now look at those 3 major points. In terms of security, despite all the effort of the government to an extent in the issue of the Northeast, working against the insurgency, the Boko Haram, it is obvious the crimes are increasing, and it is common, even as a layman, you can easily arrive at a conclusion to say the way the government is approaching the issue, it cannot work. Now, I give an example of recent happenings. I can't imagine, when I was in secondary school, I was being taught, and I learned, and I read through books to understand that. That's from secondary school to university now. I was made to understand that the government is one of the most strongest institutions in all over the world. Yes. Now, I find myself in a situation where I'm getting confused. As day-to-day events unfold, I begin to become more dumbfounded. I begin to get confused. I can't imagine somebody is arrested for committing a crime of terrorism. Now, certain things happen somewhere because we needed other people to be released under their captivity. Yes. Now you are telling me you are swapping the criminal, you are swapping it, bringing him out from that detention without even prosecuting any, swapping him to release somebody who is already under their captivity that you cannot trace with all these digital all over the world. You cannot track where those under their captives are, those that are under their custody. You cannot trace them and get them back. Now you have to now negotiate, not only negotiating to swap now, releasing those girls back or those under their care back and releasing the criminals back to them. You are even taking multi-million naira with dollars as currency. You negotiate and swap them. Isn't this a kind of madness to me? Now you empower the terrorism by giving them more money. They acquire arms with this money you give to them. And you think this business will just go off like that? And even within the security settings, you have some of them that do not have fear of God. Despite the effort of the government with everything they do, some of them sell out. Because they sell out. The recent happenings in Dapchi is a clear demonstration of betrayal of our nation. Why should such drama happen? After so many hours, after 48 hours, after 3 days, was when the government or the security agency begin to admit their circumstances happen. Isn't this a conspiracy? Something is wrong somewhere. So of course, because the moment they realized this violence is no longer going.
Are you not saying this government is encouraging terrorism? Is that what you're saying?
To an extent, it's encouraging, because why should we swap? Why should we compromise? Why should we pay for peace as a strong institution? Why? What kind of legacy are you leaving? It means somebody should be encouraged.
I need to get this clear. I need to let you know that the president said that anybody that is found with AK-47 will be prosecuted. But I'll come back to you. I need to hear from Eze, but let's get this caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, all in the studio.
Good morning.
I greet you. What I want to say is this. I want to ask this question. Have you ever seen American government negotiating with any terrorist? In Nigeria, we see them giving them 50 million to make peace reign. Then what happens to other people? They are not terrorists. It means we are encouraging them to join them so that they can make their own money as well. So this is my only contribution this morning. Good morning.
Okay, thank you. Dr. John, you heard what Yerima says, that it's perceived as though this government is not ready to tackle it headlong.
Yes. not prepared.
But what do you want to see from the government?
You see, we need more action. We need more seriousness. How can you have everything within your reach, and yet you cannot operate? Just like this schoolgirls. It was after some days that Army now admitted that it's after the withdrawal of their men that this thing happened, which means it was a plan something.
But the police and the army, they explained what happened. The police said, hey, we were not, the army said they handed over the security to the police. And the police said the army did not hand over anything to them.
We are still saying the same thing.
So what do you want to see from this government? Because we need to stop this.
They are not serious in fighting crime. That is the basic matter.
Okay, from your end as Ezendigbo of Mushin, from your end, have you started sensitizing the people on how to live with one another?
When last did you hear about ethnic crisis in Munchi? Since I was the president of Ladipo Market, from there I was made the Aswadundibo of Munchi, from there the mayor of Ladipo Market, before becoming Ezendigbo. I believe for past years, we have not had ethnic crisis between Yorubas and Igbos. It's someone that have been at the helm of the affairs, controlling it. Okay,
I'll hold you on there. There's another caller. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to contribute to your program. Yeah, so my contribution is the problem of Nigeria can be compared to a human being. Because as a human being, when you have headache, your body is never going to settle. So there's a problem all over your body. So the problem of Nigeria can be head. The Nigerian leaders are not united. There is nothing like unity among them. They are just deceiving the people. They are just there for themselves, representing themselves and their families. So that's the main problem there.
Okay, thank you for calling. We must move ahead. We don't have enough time. Yes, he has said that they are just there for themselves, Nigeria's leaders. But some people will disagree with you to say they are not all of them. Maybe some of them. Because I know that some people also have said some people are performing. So maybe some of them. But I'm talking about your own little area. Because it's important. Looking at it, what advice right now do you have for the Igbos, not living in Lagos, the Igbos living in different parts of the country? What advice do you have for them?
The advice I have for my Igbo brothers is for them to continue their normal business and be law-abiding. Irrespective of what is happening, let them be security conscious.
Okay, what about for the government? Because we need to, what about for the government?
It's for the government to sit up to their responsibilities. We're hearing in outside this country, any government official that fell to his duty resigns. But it's only here in the country that even if you are not active in your duty, you must have a godfather. You must carry money around just to make sure you sit tight at that very position. So let them sit up and use the powers within their reach to secure us. Because that's their
Can we really stop violence in Nigeria? Can we stop this conflict?
We can only stop it only when the leaders agree, the politicians. Only the president has everything it takes to stop it. Sacrifice is involved. And this is affecting the economy. Everybody is suffering it. It's not as if to say it's for particular people this time around. No. The hunger is everywhere, as it is in Igbo, and that is the same way it is in Hausa. That is the same way it is in Yoruba. So we are still blaming the leaders. Just like recently, the Lagos State government came up with their own issue, a Land Use Act, up to 400%. Is it not putting more problem to people, to existing problem that people are facing. So government is supposed to think twice before they make some policies. So let them rise up to their responsibilities and charge the security agencies up to their duties. Let them do something and make sure they get all these people. They have sponsors, which the government already know most of their sponsors. But maybe one word or the other, they are untouchable.
Okay, when you say they are untouchable, I'm trying to see.
Wherever you know that this person is committing crime and you cannot go and arrest him, definitely, what do we call that? It's either you are afraid of him, or maybe the person has some secret of yours. Maybe when you touch him.
Are you saying the government will enjoy killings in a country like this? Is that what you're saying?
If they are not enjoying it, let them stop it.
Okay, because we must wrap up now. I want to ask Yerima, also Chitima, looking at all of these issues, you've told us why politics are playing with lives of people, but can we live as one? And what advice, do you think, specific ways do you think government can stop the killings in this country?
It is possible to live as one. There must be this mass consciousness on the minds of our people. The government must be opting, because if we won't be also too big fair to the government to say we allow them to handle these situations. There must be this mass consciousness. There must be total reorientation of the mindset of our people. We must continue to engage people in talking, and at the same time, the government must be opting also to be more proactive than being reactionary to some of these security challenges. As such, I strongly believe, certainly one day, yet we are not yet a nation, but I believe strongly that certainly one day we will be a nation.
When you say proactive, I will come back to that. No. Yes, there's a caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah.
Good morning to you.
I want to ask some questions.
Go ahead.
Before this administration, was Fulani men on rampage like this in Nigeria? The answer is no. Now, if they are now on rampage, what is the cause and what is the doing about it?
We didn't get.
Give me a Benue state, and the governor, who is the executive governor of that state, is crying, pointing at people to that. The federal government is silent about it. I tell you, I just look at one thing, and God will not let you relate to that SS. We're in Nigeria to take up arms to defend SS. Because in getting to that SS, even when the presence of soldiers in Benue state, killing is still going on, and nobody is saying anything. And here we see that because it don't affect us directly, maybe our brother or sister, we said, we see that in the support of our own, we said the government is trying, the government is doing something about it. Look, my sister, my brother, it has never been in this country. I'm up to 50 years old of age now. Nigeria has never been divided along ethnic, religion, and political bonds. That was one of these countries.
Okay, tell us your solution.
It's not the president is weak, or somebody is not telling the truth, or it has a TV agenda that is set to elect.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. I guess you didn't follow us from the beginning of the program, but he's directing that he's feeling that someone is not telling us what is actually going on.
Maybe the government will explain better on that.
Okay, but you were talking about how we can coexist.
So that's...
and I said you should be specific. Tell us what you think the government needs to do now.
They must buckle up. That's why I'm talking about proactiveness. When I talk about proactiveness, why do we always wait for crimes to be committed before we take measures? That's what the government is doing now. It is easy for them to, when a crime is being committed, they will rush in, and they find themselves in one of the mediums talking. Why don't we prevent it? And the only way you can prevent it is to be determined, get the political will to address the issues without minding who is involved. Whoever is involved, no matter how highly placed he is, if he's found wanting, they must be seen to be very active. The laws must take its full course on anybody who is found wanting. But now, in recent happening, we are beginning to feel that the laws is only applies to a common man. The rich ones, the big shots in the society are not found.
Okay, I'm going to hold you on, and that's going to be the last caller for this program. We must hot calls. Yes, hello, good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Yakuba. See, the problem that Nigeria has is
didn't get to hear that very well, but yes, you were telling us what we need to do now.
So, the government must be.
When you say government must be proactive, and you people have talked about security, I know that Nigerian militaries, people have fought wars. We've helped other countries to fight. And looking at us now, and it's looking as if they cannot do it. Could it be that they
need the will to do it? Not
okay.
Because they can do it. They can do it, but they need the political will to do it. Somebody somewhere is actually not helping the matter. And
so how can we get that person
well,
somewhere?
we will continue to call and draw the attention of the government to begin to look at issues and do it the way it should be.
Okay.
So we must insist the government must do the right thing at the right time.
Okay, Izzy, you talked about, you said that some people are jacking these things. How can we get to know those people?
That's the work of the security agencies. We are reading in the news. At least the people they arrested, they are making some confessional statements. So by now, if the security agencies tells us that they doesn't know much about the source of all this crisis, definitely they are not telling us the truth, because they have made so many arrests. When they arrested armed robbers, if you torture armed robber, he will tell you the source of his getting arms. Likewise, all these terrorists and all these people causing these problems, they have arrested a lot of them, which invariably they might have gotten to a point, and maybe there might be a roadblock because of the masquerade, big masquerade that are behind what their findings are.
Could it be that these people that comes in that causes all of these things, could it be that they are not part of us? Could it be that they are foreigners coming to cause chaos in our country?
There will be no way foreigners will come in. If it is foreigners, it's people that are at the border that allows them to come in.
Are our borders not porous?
It is porous.
It's porous.
Yes.
So the government must rise up to their responsibilities. So tighten up everywhere.
Well, we have to come to an end. Your final word for the people, for the Igbos, for the Yorubas, Hausa, all of us. Your final words, and also for government.
My final word for everybody is for us to maintain peace and live in peace and harmony. And for government, let them consider this issue of restructuring. Because I believe if this country is being restructured, definitely we will make some steps ahead of where we are today.
Okay, so yours is restructuring.
Yes.
Dirima Shetiba, tell us, final word.
Final word is that all of us, all hands must be on decks to ensure that we work together, because there is no any other better country than our country. And as such, we must always think that home is home. And in that spirit, all hands must be on decks. We must begin to do away with our sentiments and look at issue critically and address them once and for all.
I want to thank the National President, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, Yerima Shetima, for coming on this edition of the program. Nice one here. And also Dr. John Wosu is the General Secretary Council of Eze Indigbo Lagos, Eze Indigbo of Moshi. Thank you for coming on this edition of the program.
Thank you very much.
Well, viewers at home, this is where we come to an end of this segment. We'll go on a break now. And when we come back, Anthony and I will be rounding off. Let's go on a break.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use grass. If I call it use grass, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. Well, we need to wrap up the program. Anthony, you're back again. Anthony, you heard what they said. Living together, it's a must. It must be a must.
I want to say it's a fact that we all have to live together. We should understand that diversity is actually our strength.
Yes.
And we just have to be unified. Let's not look at things from the angle of I'm from this tribe, I'm from that tribe, or
you don't want to know. You don't want to know what I eat from different tribes. Yes.
I really enjoyed the session. It was very interactive, and yes, I gained a lot. And of course, this goes out to all our audiences, and of course, everyone out there. Just unify yourself and look at your brother as a Nigerian first, and no one else.
Okay, and that means we need to live together at one. There's no need fighting. These killings must stop. We must just stop it. Every morning you wake up and hear people have been killed, houses displayed, people have been displayed, houses destroyed. It's happening. It's disheartening. It's oh my God, I don't know what to use again, but
You're
it's
very emotional.
painful. It's very painful. We must live as one. Anthony, I told them how I grew up, my growing up days.
From the north.
From the north, from Lagos to the north, not even Bida, from Bida, just Mina, we're just going round, And that has made me to live with every kind of person.
And that's why you have to appreciate NYSC.
I appreciate everybody. And that's the spirit. But we must go now, yes?
From Anthony, please have a good day. It's a Thursday, and of course, close to weekend. But most importantly, understand the fact that you're a Nigerian, and the next person beside you is your brother. So treat them as your brother. My name is Anthony Osaibogo.
And Anthony is my brother as well, from Edo State, from another mother.
From the south.
From the south. But we must live together. It doesn't matter south, north, east, west. We are one, and this is a great country. We must make it work. If you like it or not, it has to work, and it has to start from you and I. So let's come together and make this great, this nation a great nation. I am Vera Osokwa, and I want to wish all the women out there happy International Women's Day. Press the progress. I'll see you tomorrow again for another edition of SuperDawn. Please keep watching Superscreen Television. You won't regret you did, so watch Superscreen and get us more adverts. I'll see you tomorrow.